Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and had a wonderful night's rest after last night's healing circle. This is your integration reading, and we're going to dive right in. We're going to get into the energy that is coming. And there are a few more cards than usual that had come out, so this integration reading might be a little longer than the others. The first card that had popped out, believe in the impossible. There is this new level of self-confidence and self-empowerment that's stepping into the solar plexus. And that's what I saw quite a bit as I witnessed each and every one of your healing in the spirit world. So with this new confidence that's coming in, you might start to change your mind about your future plans because you are now realizing that those plans reflect the old you. And after all that healing work and the manifestation work you've done last night, you've now starting to realize, oh, I actually need to change some things so that my future plans are more in alignment with how my soul wants to evolve. So how wonderful. There's this energy of taking ownership, accountability, responsibility, and there's this healthy sense of power that's coming in, knowing that you're going to create your future. And I do feel a lot of that empowered energy is coming from your ancestors, so they are giving a lot of that to you. They also received a lot of healing last night, so that was wonderful for me to witness. The next card, a personal issue reaches resolution. And I feel that the amount of cords and hooks we released and the contracts we canceled that was no longer serving you in your Akashic records is going to allow you to move forward. I'm just tuning into that card here because I'm hearing someone else's spirit guide saying something else. Some of you will need to let go of toxic people in your life and maybe even leave a job. That's what they're saying. And that's all connected to the first card, believe in the impossible, because you know you're worthy of something better. So there's definitely a lot of that lion energy stepping in, isn't there? Bravery and courage. This is all really good. So bravery and courage stepping forward. And as you're doing that, and remember, Spirit did warn us that the next few months, the emotions might be running high. And I think I may have mentioned this in some of your private readings here. And as I'm talking about emotions running high, the construction workers outside my place are starting to use the hammer, and usually that's a sign from the spirit world saying, I hope we're hammering this into you, where the emotions are going to be running high because of not just the Mercury retrograde, but how other people are responding to the energy shifts in September and October. And my Vedic astrologer did confirm that with me, where globally people are just going to be a little triggered. But with amount of healing work that happened and more that sense of security and firm foundation that was placed energetically at the root chakra, I think that's going to make you feel emotionally stable and you won't be feeling influenced by how other people are responding or reacting to life. With emotions running high, they are wanting to remind all of us to really stay in tune with the emotions that are coming up within us. Those are unhealed inner child or inner teenagers coming out and saying, hey, we just need to be heard right now, and this issue needs to be addressed. Of course, sometimes those emotions, they come out at the most inopportunistic times. It could be during a meeting or maybe at a shopping mall when you're trying to finish running your errands. If that happens, and I've mentioned this before, so some of you know this, if that happens, tell your inner child, look, when I get home, let's talk about this. And do address it within that day if you can. because it's really important to acknowledge those emotions that are coming up, because if you suppress it, it will be like a pressure cooker. It's going to keep building up in intensity and it might just explode in one moment. So it's better to address it and tune in to what that emotion is trying to tell you right when it's coming up, right when it's sprouting and presenting itself to you. I like this. Prosperity lies ahead. This means many things. And as I'm talking about prosperity lying ahead, there's a lot of noise outside, which is the dump truck dumping soil into a truck there, another truck. And when those sort of sounds are happening, it means there's a dump load of wonderful things coming your way. Be open to what those may be. It's not what your mind thinks it is. The spirit world is laughing. It could be a coworker who wants to buy you a cup of coffee or treat you to lunch. That's prosperity there, isn't there? Because they want to show their love and appreciation to you. And perhaps it's a friend who calls you and says, hey, do you want to go out for a walk? And there's that quality time, that deepening of connection that happens between you and your friend. That's prosperity also. Be open to how manifestations, blessings, luck, gifts, prosperity, how they all bloom in your life. And Spirit keeps emphasizing it's not what you think in your mind. Let's get into now the Rose Oracle cards. And the Rose Oracle cards speak about the new frequency that you are stepping into. And you're stepping into this new frequency because of the depth of healing that was done last night. Interesting. So I have not looked at any of these cards, just to let you know, but I'm saying it's really interesting because the first card that had popped out is the Rescuer. And we did do some healing around releasing the need to be rescued or be the rescuer in some ways. And this was really more for the healers, high empaths, and the highly sensitives in our group. But it really was more about all of us. We do have an element of that, the rescuer. There is a newer definition of the rescuer coming into you, but more of the assistant, they're saying, or a guide. So that's the word that they want to use. The reason why they pulled out the rescuer, they're saying, is that there's still some element of the need to rescue people or feel like you have to be the one solving all the issues. In your DNA still, it's lingering there, and it's going to be released within divine timing. So remember that moon card, emotions are running high. Those emotions that come up to the surface is going to let you know, hey, you need to stop being the rescuer or being the one who always solves the problem or rescues a project from failing. You need to step back because you're using way too much of your own psychic energy and you're draining yourself. So be aware of how the rescuer part of you steps in your day-to-day. And by bringing your awareness to it, you may start to see how you could pull back or scale back that rescuer or assistant energy. And you might find that you automatically heal yourself simply by bringing awareness to what is happening and how you're responding to it and stopping those negative patterns. And I feel that's possible for a lot of you because I could sense it in the solar plexus. And if your stomach is feeling a little sore this morning or your digestive system is working a little differently, it's because they are responding to that new energy that was placed right at the solar plexus. So you're going to feel a sense of empowerment surge perhaps in the next few weeks as that energy works with you. The next kind of energy that you are leveling up into, actually, they want to go back and say one more thing about the rescuer card. You're going to have a whole new definition and a sense of being an assistant, but more of being in service, they're saying. So however that may play out for you. And being of service does play into the next card, which is the priest. So don't worry, the spirit world isn't saying that, yes, you need to now go be a priest. That's not what they're saying. But with the priest card, it's indicating that a lot of you are going to be sharing this spiritual wisdom and experience that you've gathered through the course of your life. And the universe will present to you the right timing for that. So just have this seed planted for now in your mind. And they said it will bloom when it's meant to bloom. The next card is the Citizen. And the Citizen card is talking about what kind of a spiritual footprint you want to leave in the world. What kind of a person do you want to be? How do you want to impact others in the community? And in that sense, how are you being a model citizen in some ways? And I do feel that the other cards may speak more to that. So for now, what the spirit world is wanting to do is to ask questions to you. What sort of impact do you want to leave in the world? And what sort of changes would you like to create? Inner change needs to happen first, as you know, and then the outer changes may happen magically for a lot of you. And in doing so, meaning in doing your own inner work, you're being a model citizen for those around you. I'm hearing the Creator say that the small ripples of these positive energies that you emit every day has way more impact than you can ever imagine. So however those small ripples of positive impacts or the bigger ripples may, or I'm hearing the big waves that come from your energy field and influence others, I'm looking forward to witnessing and hearing about it. The Alchemist. How wonderful. I like it when this card comes out. In fact, I love it when this card comes out. What it means is that you are learning of how to manage or control or heal your own energies and see how the universe responds to it. And you're having this really divine knowledge develop within you. And this is quite a high frequency that I'm feeling for everyone here in the group, where you're going to step into this trust in the universe and flowing with what your intuition is telling you. And it definitely feels like a whole level of self-confidence where you're doing things because you know that's what you need to do and you are being divinely guided to do so. And the right opportunities come or you get directed in the right places. I'm hearing that the alchemist like energy is going to influence your ability to manifest. And as soon as I said that, I started to sweat a lot, which is Spirit's way of saying yes. You are going to be able to manifest at a much deeper level and perhaps a little bit more faster than you normally would be able to manifest. And as we do our own inner healing work and we release more and more blocks and old karmic contracts and negative beliefs, we're actually expanding and opening up our energy field. And that's where the positive downloads, where the Creator does in the circles, boosts your own energy field, and you become like this magnet for abundance or anything you want to manifest to come in. Be open to the things that you manifested to change a little bit. And I know they mentioned this in the circle, but they're reminding you again that they might change a little bit. And that's because when those manifestations happen in the future, those manifestations need to match your spiritual frequency at that time. And that's why Spirit or the Creator loves to give free upgrades to your manifestations. So please be prepared for your manifestations to come in a different package. And they just wanted to give that reminder to everyone again. We are going to go into the next pile of cards here. And these pile of cards speak a little bit more in detail of what the next journey is going to be like for you. And I'm hearing again some hammering noise outside, so they really want to hammer in these messages. I hope you're taking notes. Moving on. That's the first card that had popped out. So remember where one of the earlier cards, it spoke about letting go or releasing toxic people or situations that don't work for you. You need to move on from those. So do make a plan to move on and onto better things. And they just wanted to emphasize that in this card. I'm seeing the number 6 here on this card, and that means anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months that this may take for some of you. And again, it's divine timing or your own personal choices you make day to day that would impact the timing of when you will move on to something else. And when you do make that plan to move on to something else, choose wisely. Look at all your options. That's the next card that had popped out. So do think about all the possibilities and then step back and ask yourself, where would I be the most happiest? Because that's what matters, the Creator is saying. I have a feeling some of you may have manifested a career or a job in the circle, because I do feel that is related to this card. And for some of you, maybe 2 job opportunities may present itself, and you will need to choose wisely. All right. So this card is linking in with the Alchemist card. Universe, that's the card that had come out. And when this card comes out, it means the work that you needed to do last night had happened and you have manifested what you needed. I'm hearing for some of you, you may need to re-listen the last part of the recorded meditation and go up to where we did in the spirit world and maybe make some tweaks, because as we heal, learn, and grow along our path, we might start to change our minds and go, I want to change whatever I asked from the universe. You are allowed to change your mind. So you may need to go back up to that level of the spirit world and look at your manifestations and ask the Creator or your spirit guides to make some additions or take away something from the manifestation that you don't feel is suitable for you right now, and be open to other suggestions from your spirit guides on how to make your manifestation better. But the Universe card and the Alchemist card are linking it together quite powerfully right now, because they're sitting next to each other right now on my desk. And they're both saying, yes, you're alchemizing all this wonderful downloads that you received, all the healing you've done to date, and the universe is responding to it by presenting to you your manifestations. But in between that, I do feel there are life lessons that you can most likely close quite efficiently, so that the divine timing happens just a little faster for you. And I'm also hearing a spirit world emphasize that don't force the healing or don't force things to happen sometimes, because divine detour comes in to say, hey, you could just take a break for a moment while we try to gather other ducks in row for you. So if you do feel a little bit stagnant or things are not happening for you as quickly as you would like it to, it just means that the universe is trying to line other people up. And of course, other people can procrastinate or drag their feet on some things, and that would influence your divine timing. So we're all sort of relying on each other, aren't we? I'm just going to blast out a lot of blessings and unconditional love out to you and those that need to come into your life to assist you to move forward. because that's all I can do at the moment. So during that time of flowing with divine timing, I'm trying not to laugh too hard. Patience. So have the patience, right? We did do a download of that, I believe. And as I'm talking, there's more hammering noises happening outside. So that's Spirit's way of saying, I hope we're hammering this message into you. Next card, accelerated motion. For some of you, things might start to move very quickly for you. That's where the Choose Wisely card is stepping in now and reminding you, if things are moving fast for you and you have to make decisions quickly, take that moment to pause and ask yourself, what would be the right choice at this moment for me? What feels good? Where would I be the most happiest? And with the accelerated motion, I think the microphone caught that. So this is a big message they want to hammer in to some of you. For some of you, accelerated motion card speaks to your spiritual journey. You might find your spiritual awakening process or series or sequences of activations happening very quickly. So be very open to that. When those things happen, activations happening quickly, or you're really feeling some massive energy expanding within you at a fast rate, you do need to go into a bit of solitude and take care of yourself, because energetically you're quite vulnerable. So make sure you do protect yourself if you find yourself really accelerating and developing really fast in terms of your psychic development or any aspects of your spirituality. Obstacles and challenges. When this card comes out, I need to look at the pathway that this person is walking on. And you'll notice that there is a crack, a space. The path is broken, or the bridge is broken. And when I'm looking at the space between that broken area, it's really small. And it's really the Creator's way of saying whatever obstacles or challenges that come up for you, you could actually literally jump over it. It's not as big as it feels or as it appears. And again, that card, Choose Wisely, comes in. So choose wisely how you choose to perceive that problem or issue, and also choose wisely how you want to overcome it. And as soon as I channeled that message, it got really quiet outside. So this is wonderful. Memories of love. A lot of you will be feeling more of that prosperity and abundance that the Creator was speaking about at the very beginning of this channeled guidance. So with the prosperity and abundance coming in, excuse me, I had to clear my throat because another person's spirit guide just stepped into me. What the spirit world was speaking about is not just financial abundance, but prosperity and abundance of loving connections, even memories, and perhaps even your personal growth. Perhaps you have a wonderful moment where you're in a meditative state and you have this beautiful connection to your spirit guide or to other divine energies. Those are memories of love. And that's also prosperity and abundance, isn't it? The deepening of the connection to divine beings is prosperous and abundant. I feel that during this Mercury retrograde time, if you do choose to go into a meditative state and allow your spirit guides to take you on this inner journey and show you what you need to know, I do feel that a lot of healing could happen, a lot of insights could come through. And of course, your psychic abilities will explode, I feel. This is all very exciting. And guess what? That all leads to passion ignited. And that's the last card in this particular pile. And your passion will be ignited in many ways. So in terms of how you see life or how you see your own work, your own career, even your role in your family. So passion is going to be ignited in different levels and in different ways, in different aspects of your life. Be open and observative to those shifts that are going to happen. I do feel passion ignited is linked to the citizen card, where that card spoke about asking yourself about your spiritual footprint that you want to leave in this world. And you might find some insight into how your own spiritual journey would impact those around you. And that realization could ignite some passion in you. So this is all very exciting. So going into the next set of cards here, and these are from your ancestors. So what does your ancestors want to say? I don't know why I want to laugh. Trust your path. So they keep saying trust, right? Trust it. One of the cards spoke about the deepening of trust, I believe, in one of the rose cards. But with this deepening of trust you have within yourself and to your relationship with the universe, I do see you stepping forward one foot after the other, where this sense of, I don't know what's ahead, but I know I need to head in that direction. And I feel I need to trust that feeling in myself. So there's this listening of your own inner voice that takes precedence over other people's opinions. And trust your path. The message here is, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I feel that question is tied to the work that you did in the pyramid where we manifested. The next card is answer the call. So trust your path, one foot in front of the other, answer the call. And what is your soul calling you to do? What do you really want to do? These are very high vibrational messages. So that means your ancestors received or were very receptive to that download on how to be a better guide or assistance to you from the other side. And they also they also want to continue reminding you to break the chain. So ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You might want to spend some time thinking of other ancestral patterns that you want to break and rewrite. That's quite the homework from your ancestors. But as you know, they are behind you, so you can always ask for their help. We are now going to get into the goddess cards. And the goddess cards are very supportive. Let's see what they want to talk about. Oh, Isis. Interesting. I think she came out again. So Isis is asking you to look to your past life. So in a meditative state, you can ask your spirit guides, anything in my past life that I need to address right now, any trauma from my past life that's playing out in my relationships and blocking more love from coming in or blocking abundance from coming in. So make your questions very specific. And if you are not sure what kind of question to ask, you can always ask your guides, show me what I need to know right now. And Isis is saying the situation involves your past life memories. I do feel any spiritual blocks that you have. So if you're having trouble, let's say, being a clairvoyant, so seeing things in your mind's eye, it could be a past life trauma where you saw something and it traumatized you and you felt that it's safer not to see. So look into how your blocks could be reflective of past life memories. And I do feel a lot of your past life issues are already presenting itself in your relationships in this life. And as soon as I said that, a big sound was made outside. So that's Spirit's way of saying, yes, please pay attention, because everything that's around you reflects any ancestral or past life trauma that's playing out energetically or on a karmic loop. I am hearing from your spirit guides that we released quite a bit of old contracts that were on a karmic loop in the circle, so that's really, really good. Kuan Yin is next, and she speaks about compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. I'm hearing her say, go about gently into the world right now, and be gentle on yourself. I'm hearing her say, cocoon yourself. So soothe yourself in ways that you need to be soothed. It could be just a long weekend or a whole week off of work where you just stay inside your house. I think that's almost every introvert's ideal vacation. So going on to Damara, the final goddess here. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So some of you may be drawn to guiding children, and that's what Damara is saying. For the mothers in this group, with those healing and downloads that have happened, you may feel drawn to guiding or raising your children a little differently. And there's this higher level of awareness, this higher level of divine motherhood that's going to step in. That's what it feels like. And for those who are not parents, there's this divine feminine energy that may come out through you. And in that way, the divine mother is moving you and assisting others. And this goes to the healers also. I do feel that the divine mother is wanting to work through you, but she's just setting some seeds of foundation now, and you'll know what kind of plan she has a few weeks from now. And I feel that for some of you, it might not be until October where you finally realize, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. We are going to finish with my favorite tarot deck, and that is the coffee-themed tarot deck. So what does the Spirit Coffee want to say to us? And before I get into these cards, a little bit of an explanation of these cards. These cards speak about the signs from the universe that will be sent your way. And pay attention to them because each sign has a different message. The first sign to look out for is a tree. So any particular tree that may stand out to you or call to you, perhaps you see a drawing of a tree on a book somewhere or in a picture. So if you see a tree and you feel very drawn to it, because there are many trees around us, right? So pick a tree that draws to you. Or if you feel all of a sudden find yourself staring at a tree, the message is stability and growth that's happening. Or they as in the tree sign may be asking you, where do you need to increase a sense of security and stability so you could grow right now? Or what would stability and growth look like to you going forward? So the questions could come in various forms. The second sign from the universe to look out for is the dove. And I'm hearing your spirit guide say it could be a pigeon also. So keep an eye out. Oh, and my spirit guide is saying something here where I know one of my friends, their last name is not spelled like you would spell the word pigeon, but it sounds like pigeon. So my spirit guide is saying if someone comes forward with a name that sounds like dove or some sort of a lovely bird, know that it's that bird family coming in. And the bird spirit animals wanting to let you know that there is peace and serenity coming in. So you might actually see a dove or see a dove tattoo on someone, or someone's clothing. And that's a sign saying there's peace and serenity right now, or that it is coming your way. Ah, nice. Anchor is the next card. And I realized that the anchor has the same message as the tree. So when messages double up on each other like this, that's Spirit's way of assuring each and every one of you that there is a sense of stability, security, and growth coming your way. And the anchor is also all about that. If you see an anchor, or let's say you're passing by a ship, because all ships have an anchor, take that as a sign that there's some stability coming in. Or another spirit guide is explaining it this way. You see an anchor dangling off from a ship, but the ship is moving, or it's not docked. It's still floating out in the ocean. What that means is that you are coming into the harbor of your life, meaning that you're coming to a point of rest, a rest stop. And then you could lower the anchor, where you could really work on the energy of stability, security, and growth, or that once you reach your inner harbor, this place of peace and tranquility, that's when stability and security and growth is really going to start to happen. So, that was a lot. I felt like I talked really fast because so much energy was going through me right now. But I'm going to tune in to the cards, and they've gone quiet, which means I've channeled all the energy and all the messages that needed to be spoken. So I wish you a wonderful and beautiful August, and enjoy your summer.